A good caseworker, I feel like, has to embody patience, one, because you deal with a multitude of different things on a daily basis, things that you're not, I would say, necessarily prepared for, because it's just on the fly. But patience, you have to be accountable, and you have to be able to think on the fly. You can't just go and expect and have everything laid out and scheduled for you on a daily basis, because it absolutely never works out that way.
You have to have an open mind. You have to understand that not all families are like your own. You need to understand that your upbringing is not like everyone else's upbringing. You also need to be organized and understand deadlines. We have a lot of state mandates and requirements that we are by law required to meet. There's a lot of different policies and procedures in place that aren't just like made up in fairy tale land. Like, they are actual laws that we have to follow. So you have to be able to stay organized and work under pressure.
A good caseworker is honest and transparent. A good caseworker is humble, because you don't know what you don't know.
Empathy. You want to really show that you care with your families that you work with, and they can see that and they can feel that. It also helps when, if you need to de-escalate a situation, being empathetic really helps. Another thing too is being resilient. You can go into a home where the outcome may not be that great, and then 30 minutes later you have to go to another home, and you can't take that with you to another home. So those are a couple that I would say would be a good quality for a caseworker.
When working with families, you shouldn't have any expectations. You have to let go of all of your bias, go in and meet the families, ask them about themselves, and go from there.
There's so many different families that you deal with. No two families are alike. So I would say, when dealing with these families, you just know that there's no way to understand or to know exactly what you're going to encounter when you're dealing with any of these families. And so to be prepared for everything when dealing with these families.
Families are immediately fearful. They don't want to lose their child, and that is the expectation every family has when we knock on a door or make that phone call. So working with families, you have to know that, and you have to be prepared to explain why we're involved and what our job is. And so having any sort of expectation it's not going to follow that expectation you have in your mind.
My motivation for this job is knowing that kids are going to be safe and have some type of permanency, whether that means that they are reunified with their parents, they're living with a family member, or if they are able to be adopted to a safe and loving home.